Are you addicted to pregnancy tests? Because I am. I have got a really fun video for you today. In fact, I've got another one there. I am going to be testing all of these common UK tests to find out which is the best for you, whether you are thinking of trying to get pregnant, whether you are pregnant and you want to take the best test and you want to save money. I have spent all the money for you and I'm going to show you which are the best tests. So I'll just go through the ones that I've got here first. I've got first response. This is the 6 days sooner first response, but as I've said in previous videos, I find the first response rapid results just as good as the 6 days sooner. So if you can only get hold of those, then that's fine. You can only buy first response in shops now in Superdrug and Boots. They used to sell them in Asda. They might sell them in your Asda, but they don't in mine, or online, obviously. And Amazon generally have quite good deals where you can get like 2 packs for a reduced price. And in fact, in Boots at the moment, they have them on a special offer. Then I've got the Boots own brand pregnancy test. Then I've got the Sainsbury's pregnancy test, and these are actually the exact same as the Tesco ones. So I don't have a Tesco one, I just have the Sainsbury's, but if you don't have a Sainsbury's near you and you have a Tesco, this is exactly the same. Then I have got a Morrison's pregnancy test. I just cracked it open to check it was okay. So this again is the exact same as the Asda pregnancy test with the purple lid. So I don't have one from Asda, but this one is the same as the one from Asda. And then I also have a Superdrug, sorry, it's very bright outside, a Superdrug own brand pregnancy test, and a clear blue, the one with the plus or the minus. So obviously they're all flying off everywhere. The clear blue and the first response are the kind of the holy grail pregnancy tests, if you like. This one in particular is the one that is most loved by most people. But in the past few years, people have not liked first response as much because they can sometimes give you not false positives, but they can give you a grey line that looks a bit like it's a positive if you're testing very early. So my advice would be to try and wait as long as possible before taking a test. But obviously I know that that's, stupid because I don't do that. So, that's the best thing to do, obviously. But if you can't, then just bear in mind that if you get a very, very faint line that's almost grey, then it potentially isn't a positive. The only way of knowing is waiting 2 days. Better to wait 2 days than 1, so your hormone can double, and then taking another test. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dip all of these tests in the same urine. Now, because I am very pregnant, I took a test just now, in fact, and that will be on a video that's either might have already been posted or is coming soon, and that's my 4 to 5 week pregnancy video, and I did a live test and it was very, very strongly positive. In fact, I'll go and get it to show you. So here it is. That dark line is actually the test line. That's the control line. So that shows how strong it is. That line's normally the lighter one. That line's normally the darker one. As you can see on this test, I'm probably 20 days past ovulation. If you want to know the whole story, why it's probably, then you can go and watch that other video. So I'm actually going to dilute my sample a little bit just to make it a bit more realistic, because obviously if you're wanting to take these tests, you're unlikely to have a test that's that strong. So I'm going to dilute this sample, and then I'm going to dip all the tests in the same sample. We're going to leave them to develop, and we're going to see which ones show the best lines. Yee! I'm such a geek. I love science experiments and I love pregnancy tests. Taking pregnancy tests, I've taken a lot over the years, a lot. So this is a very exciting video for me. Apologies that I'm very beetroot faced and I have no makeup on, but I've not been feeling the best today and it's very, very warm outside. But anyway, you don't care about what I look like. You're just here for the test results, aren't you? So let's get going. I'll stop talking. So let's crack them all out the boxes so that they're ready to go. So these are all the tests before I've taken them. I've already noticed that the Superdrug test has got a weird little bubble in the screen, which is not the best. So this is Superdrug, Asda / Morrison's, Sainsbury's / Tesco's, Boots own, first response, early response, and the clear blue plus. Okay, so they've had some time to develop now, and I've ranked them in my favourite from best to worst. So the reason that I've put the first response at the top is because it has got the darkest pregnant line. And first response, in my experience, are the very best for telling you that you're pregnant, even if you're testing before your missed period. And you can see that line, the test line there is darker than the control line, which is not the case in this one. The Boots one, actually, it seems that that test line is slightly darker than the control line. This one I liked, this is the one that comes from Asda and Morrison's, because the line came up almost instantly. And it's a nice, strong, thick line. And I have had really good results with these tests before. In fact, I got my positive with my first son from Asda. So those are my favourites. Then the Boots is pretty good. All the pink dye tests, to be honest, are pretty good. And you can see there that the test line is actually a little bit darker than the control line, which is great. The reason that I've ranked these two down here is just because they're blue dye tests, and really, if you're testing, you want to get a pink dye. So you want to get one of these ones rather than one of these ones, because blue dyes can give really bad evaporation lines, which, because they're grey, can look a little bit blue in colour, if you see what I mean. So you can think that you're pregnant when you're not, especially if you're testing early. That line is really nice and clear on the clear blue though. It is as well on this Sainsbury's Tesco test. Now, the reason that I've put this down here is because I have had really bad false positive results from these tests before. And for that reason, I don't really trust them. Unless you are testing after your missed period, in which case they're probably okay, as this one is. I wouldn't get a test from Sainsbury's or Tesco's if you can help it. And then this little guy is all the way down at the bottom because it's still developing after 5 minutes. And that is the test cut-off point. So if I didn't know that I was pregnant, I might disregard this test because it's developing after the time frame. It's very weird and blotchy, and it took ages for even the urine to pass across the test strip. So Superdrug are not any good in my books, which is strange because years ago Superdrug were one of the best. So as a final result, if you want a good test, get first response, and then from Asda or Morrison's or Boots, any of the pink dye ones. If you can't get those, then the clear blue is probably your next best bet. I hope that that was informative and also just fun and interesting. Thanks for joining me on this pregnancy test experiment, everyone. If you liked this one, then please do like and leave a comment. It means so much to me and it really does help me out here on YouTube. Thank you very much for watching, everyone, and I will see you next time. Bye.